said you needed help?
Yes.
I'm going to help you right now, okay? So we're not going to go through the whole worksheet because we're not going to have time to get finished. But, so if you look at the first box, are you looking at your sheet?
Yes.
It says do a keyword search for candy. So, and I said keyword is going to be the same as all words. All right, I apologize, it's worded a little bit differently there. So in the box, I'm going to type in candy, C-A-N-D-Y. And I don't want to hear anybody talking when I'm talking, because it's rude. Okay? Once you type in candy, the next question says, how many matches did you get? How many matches do we have for candy?
3.
Okay? So you're going to write 3 down on the line. Then it says, excuse me, then it says to do a title search for candy, how many matches do you get? So the only thing that you're going to change is you're going to come over here to this drop box, you're going to push the arrow, and you're going to go down and select title, and then go. Alright, how many books do we have in the library that have candy in the title? 2. Candy cane, candy bouquets. Now, let's look at this for just a second. So, if you pull this up, how are you going to know where to go find the book? So here, I got the book title, we know we have it, we got this information. We're going to look for the call number. See right here? Gentleman in the back there? I need you to not shout out. I need you to listen and look up there. You don't even need to look on your iPads right now. How about you all put your iPads down? Okay? Okay, see right here where it says call number? And it says FWAL. Does that look like a Dewey Decimal number?
No.
No. Does anybody have any idea or any guess as to why they think that there's no Dewey Decimal number there? How are we going to find the book if there's no Dewey Decimal number? Yes. Well, and just a minute ago, on our presentation, we saw that Dewey Decimal numbers are used to classify what kind of books? What type of books? What genre? Is it fiction or nonfiction? Nonfiction, okay? So nonfiction means it's a book with true information in it or a true story. A fiction book is not used with the same system. So see the F in front of this? The F stands for fiction. And what do you think WAL is? So what do you think those letters represent?
Safe.
Okay, on our remember when it said on our Dewey Decimal numbers, if you have a bunch of books with the same number, how do you categorize them? Very good, thank you. Gentlemen, I'm starting to lose my patience. So, F means fiction, and WAL are the first 3 letters of the author's last name. So if you came in here and you were trying to find this book, you're going to go to the other side of the library where all our fictional books are, and you're going to look for FWAL. Okay? But right now, today, we're learning about Dewey Decimal classification, and that is for books that are nonfiction. So you see the call number here, 641.8 CAN. This is our Dewey Decimal number, and what does the CAN stand for? The first 3 letters of the author's last name. Okay? So you would go and you would look for 641.8. Now, this whole wall, those 2 shelves over there, and these shelves all the way down to here, these are our non-fiction books, and they're listed by the Dewey Decimal number. So I look here and I've got 940, I've got 910. What number am I looking for again? What's the Dewey Decimal number there on that second book? 6418, right?
Yeah.
See if it's where it's supposed to be. Okay. All right. So I'm not finding 6418 there, so that could mean a couple things. One, that it's checked out, or two, that it's been returned but it hasn't been reshelved yet. But that's the number that we're going to look for. All right? The relay, this is how we're going to play our game. You're in two teams. I got this table and this table. And I have some cards that have numbers on them. You are going to take and you're going to go, when I give you a card, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. And we're going to see how many books each team can find to bring back to your table. Okay? So, and we're not getting specific, so there's no decimals on here. Okay? We're just going to look for books in these particular categories for right now. We'll get into the decimal and the other numbers, more specific books later. So I'm going to hand a card over here and a card over here. And then when you take that card and go find your book, you come back and we're going to get another card to the next person. And you do the same thing, and you're going to see how many books each team can get. Okay? So can somebody pull their timer up on their iPad?
I do it.
Thank you.
I say
Just do it.
Me?
Tell me when you got the timer up and give us 5 minutes. All right, let's go. Take the card and go find a book. They're all going to be on this wall here, gentlemen. All up here. These are all the nonfiction.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Found one, anyone with 634 on it. Tell you what, bring your cards and set them right on the table in front of the TV, and we're going to go to the next number. Are you on? Yes,
Excuse me.
I do. You can stand right there and hold it.
You're going to get 2 minutes and 59 seconds. 59 seconds.
Excuse me. We don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. You're in school.
Come on, Dylan.
Okay. I'm going to pass another number out. If you give up, come back to your table. If not, just sit down and take it.
1 minute, 59 seconds.
We're 7:35, bro. Where's this one now? I know, I see it 700. I don't know 735. No, I got it. I got it. What? What's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one?
59 seconds.
59 seconds. Oh.
58.
Here, give it to me, Dylan.
49.
We're gonna win without the
624. No, you don't.
Yes,
Get
no,
find
no,
the
no.
boat. Get find the boat. We tied. I'm gonna do the next one.
782, 782, that's it.
Let's go!
18.
Where are we at on time? Where's my timekeeper?
15 seconds.
11, 10, 9, 8,
We won.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
We won!
1.
Okay. Alright. Let's come back over here, gentlemen, and regroup for just a second.
Yeah, we get a prize.
I mean, everybody back over at their seats, please.
Losers get a prize too.
I want you to go back to your seats. Okay.
I find nothing, dude. It was so close.
Thank you. Okay. 3, 2, phones away, please. 1, eyes up here, iPads down. Okay, let's talk for just a second. Okay? So, I gave you numbers. I told you, remember how, excuse me, sir, iPads down. Okay. So, I told you that those, and you saw in the video, that those numbers represented categories. So, if your number was in the 100s, it would fall under philosophy and psychology. If your number was 200 and something, it falls under religion. 300, social sciences. So that's where it starts. But then you get the more specific numbers and it narrows it down. Take, for example, sports. Okay? Sports would fall under 700, which that category is arts and recreation. Under arts and recreation, we have art, we have landscaping, we have architecture, painting, graphic arts, photography, arts and recreation. All the way down to the bottom. Are you listening to me? Yeah. It says 790, sports, games, and entertainment. So if you look for 790, you would find all your books that you guys like, gentlemen, about sports. But then we get like 791, 792, and then you get the decimals, 79 1.1, 79 1.2, and those narrow the categories down even further. So if you wanted sports, that's a broad category. If you wanted to find something particularly about basketball, you're going to have another number that's going to narrow it down. Who's a famous basketball player? LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is not. So the more specific you get, you're going to be looking at those other numbers. Now, some of you all went up there and you couldn't find one of those numbers. What do you think some of those possibilities are? What maybe are some reasons we couldn't find them right here in the white church? Okay, maybe we don't have in this library a book that falls under that category, right? Because I just randomly wrote numbers down. So it's possible that we don't have a book that fits that category. What else could it be? That's a really good answer. Sit down, please. That is a really good answer, that they could be in the wrong place. Is he leaving? Okay, I'm sorry. So that's why it's important when you come in and you take a book off the shelf, you don't just go put it back yourself, unless you know exactly where you got it from. You put it back and let somebody that's working in the library know, and we'll put it back. Because they can be in the wrong place. And any more reasons why you may not have found that number?
Because it's hard.
Because it's hard. Maybe you went too fast and just overlooked it? Somebody didn't return it, it could be checked out, right? Well, then that's where he went, when somebody could return it. Okay, so, to wrap this up, gentlemen, to wrap this up, the Dewey Decimal System is used to do what? Hello, I know, it's like 10 more minutes and we're less than 10 minutes and we get to go home. So bear with me for one more minute. Okay, if it's got a Dewey Decimal number, then it's probably more than likely nonfiction, right?
Yeah.
And what do we use the number to do?
What single category? Out.
To determine what category a book needs to be shelved in. And it helps us to find books. Can you imagine if we didn't have any kind of classification system in here, how you would find a book? You just have to go through and start thumbing them like you were shopping for clothes at the stores and find something you like. But if you were looking for something real quickly, in particular, you need to know how things are classified and where you can find those numbers. All right, we'll talk more about this another time. Thank you guys. I appreciate those of you who weren't climbing on tables and